So the risk module is effectively a NIST cybersecurity framework, or CSF, digitized in a way that is immediately understandable at a glance. So it's obvious for you to take a look at this little chart and see how does your company score across each of the 5 functions of the NIST cybersecurity framework. So you have recover, have identify, protect, detect, and respond. And the way that works quite simply is we've digitized this NIST framework, and you have 23 categories, all of NIST's categories here. And they're in a form of just like a very brief questionnaire. So you can reset, you can update questionnaires. If you go inside one of these, you quite simply have, yes, no, and not applicable options for every single one of the questions. And these questions come directly from NIST's framework guidance. So you can see some references here, right next to every single one of these questions. Now, as you fill this out, which should be pretty straightforward, this little chart here on the left, this gets filled out in real time, and also the KPIs here in the bottom. So now immediately you can see in this example, for example, that the company, recover function is actually quite good. It's 4.2 out of 5. That's a fantastic score. Identify, slightly lower, so you can drill down into that. You can click show more, and you can see, first of all, what is the identify function. You can learn more about it. You can see which categories this function is comprised out of. You can see your maturity rating as well as the numerical score right here. And you can also see that this company should probably benefit from investing into the detect function a bit more. So you can see the score is pretty low. You got low, medium, and low again. So for example, continuous security monitoring is perhaps not doing so well for this company. You could click on that and see why exactly. So you're not able to detect malicious code or unauthorized mobile code, for example. There's no policy for, let's say, monthly vulnerability scans. So certainly, on the detect component, the maturity is lacking here. Now, if you scroll down, we also have these dynamically generated recommended action items. Each of them is assigned to a particular category that we've just seen. You can, of course, filter. So in this case, for example, let's look at what should we pick? Perhaps security monitoring, for example, right? You can see immediate recommendations that you can implement to improve that score, and they can be quite detailed. Now, as you implement these recommendations, you can very easily mark this action as completed, and this is going to be automatically reflected in the score and in the answer. So you can see the score has improved slightly. So we are also introducing reporting and sort of putting that score and that progression across your cyber risk mitigation on a timeline. So this is going to be fantastic to show progress to your board, to the C-suite, to your insurance company, for example, or if you're aiming to obtain cyber insurance, such as breach insurance, for example, data breach insurance, then it could be very beneficial for you to show progress to that insurance company, and that could result in lower premiums and just generally build trust and give them the idea that you're not sitting idly on your hands. So that's one of the modules, and again, we are working on adding features to it very actively.